United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, the meeting is called to order. Ms. Dees, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Bozon?
Here.
Mr. Dick?
Here.
Mrs. Ferrari? Here. Mrs. Freeman?
Here.
Mrs. Galea?
Here.
Mrs. Petrowski?
Here.
Mr. Rulo? Mayor Stephen?
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd just like to announce that council had an executive session at 6 p.m. to discuss personnel matters. And may we have a motion to approve the minutes from February 10th, 2020 Borough Council meeting?
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. All right, Deb Marcho.
Yes, and then does that supposed to say record or anything? Because I did push it, but it doesn't say record or anything.
It should have a little red light on it. I can check it.
Yeah,
that
there's a
your
little
question,
red
Deb?
light in the bottom left-hand corner. Okay.
Was that your question?
It would have been easier, huh? First of all, I do, with the recording, speaking of the video, I was wondering what was going to happen with the videos. I saw that on the Borough website, there's a YouTube thing. Are they eventually going to be uploaded there, or?
Yes.
Yes, I wanted to make sure that you liked
Yeah.
it. Looked okay.
It should look okay, yes. Yeah, we checked out the last one, the video from the last time, just to make sure that, you know, it looks good enough to be put up there. And it is, it's good, it's fine, you know, we'll dress a little better next time and we'll be good to go.
That's a lovely fry.
Well, thank you, I knew. But yes, it will be on there.
That's good, because mine just like went out again. But the second question is, I have noticed over the past, and maybe the engineer might want to voice in on this. And I'm sure you are all aware that new road is sinking. And as I am aware, weather plays a huge factor in any work to start. But it has dropped another inch where everything is. And with school buses going up there, what is the safety factor of that? And when do you anticipate, I mean, we can't predict the weather,
Going
but
up?
We're working on it. I mean, Ballard, you have a contract with Ballard Vico right now, and they're coming up with a design as we speak. And they're gonna put it out on the bid, to bid it out, as long as we get a good price. I mean, I'm hoping as soon as the weather breaks, we have construction.
Have you been up there lately to check it? What do you-
Oh, it's moving.
I mean, you think it's still all right? You think?
Well, I mean, that's why we reduced it to the one lane where we are.
I mean, you're still all right with the one lane?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, certainly, you know, we're monitoring it, and the road is moving, that's why we're moving on.
I'm on her too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deb. All right, Mrs. Marcho?
Okay. I saw in the paper a couple of weeks, months maybe ago, that we did get money for demolition of houses and that, and I'm saying to myself, I haven't seen a house torn down, and I'm anxious for something to be done. So what's on the agenda for that? And now I'm reading through here, so since I'm reading through here, I've got to ask these questions. Are we loading up our secretary over there with a ton of work, 2 more jobs on top of what she already does?
No.
Okay.
Those are things
I
that
don't
she-
want to lose her because of work, and, you know, maybe you need to double salary or something, I don't know. But, the other.
It's not in the budget. It's my job.
I say we do it.
But I say that the other thing that I wanted to know about is I'm reading this Fire Marshal Ellen Hussey is going to be appointed. And are we going to be having to share him the way we had to share before, and now his picture going to be on the bottom of the list all over again? How is that going to help us? Because when we had John, we were pretty much on the spot kind of thing. Now, it's, when's it going to happen? how's it working out? I mean, what kind of a schedule have you required of him prior to giving him the job?
Okay, well, I can tell you that Mr. Hussey is gonna be here 2 days a week that he's devoted to pig caring. So we will know his schedule for when he's here. Nick is going to take over for John, continuing with the ordinance. He's, learned well, he's getting it down, he's gonna continue with that. And then we also have, and I'm gonna say the wrong name, what's the other one? Plans examiner, yes, they'll be doing the commercial buildings. So we already have them in place, so we'll know when Mr. Hussey's gonna be here. And people can schedule their occupancy inspections with him. So we will know when he's here.
Okay.
And then Nick will keep going the rest of the time.
Yeah, you'll know when he's here, but when he's here, is he gonna travel the streets and check and see things, or is he just
Well,
going to
that's what Nick's
be?
gonna be
Yeah,
doing.
that's
this
Nick's
fall.
job.
Nick's gonna be
Oh,
doing it.
that's
He'll be
his
here,
job.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Al's doing mainly inspections.
okay, thank you.
John, if you want, I can address the
Yes.
demo.
Yep, that'd be
Okay,
great.
since you had asked about the demo, the borough does have received a $50,000 grant to demolish 601 Third, 637 Third, 604 Second, and 721 through 723 K Street and 609 Fifth. That grant is being administered through the COG, that's where the money came. So the way that they work their demo programs, they run those contracts at the same time. The contracts have not been released from the county yet. So there's a slight delay, but we're expecting them in the spring, when you would be doing them anyhow. Just to remind everybody, that $50,000 grant probably won't cover all those structures that, unless we get a really
Well,
attractive.
the asbestos was the main thing, right?
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll put alternates when we put those specs down. Again, we'll have a base bid of 3 or 4 properties that $50,000 should cover, and then you'll just have to make a decision at that point. Do you want to add in the local match to take down the rest of the structures? I mean, you have the prerogative to say, let's just do what's in the grant, and we'll look for more money next year.
And then we put money aside for demo too, right?
Correct.
It was 25,000.
So anyhow, once the COG releases those contracts, we'll be moving forward with the demo.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, on to Mayor Betsy Stevick.
The pig care police handled 147 complaints in January. We collected $200 in parking fees, 407 from the magistrate, 684 from the county, and the quality of life, 75. And happy birthday, Kevin.
Happy birthday.
You don't want me to sing through the room.
I thought it was too. Where's the cake?
It's gonna be later, surprise. All right, thank you, Betsy. All right, on to personnel. I'd like to just make a quick announcement. There will be some change in council committee assignments. Mr. Bova is now going to be on the electric committee. Cameo Ferrelli will be on the health and welfare committee, and Mr. Rulo will be on public safety. So you can make note of that. Those are the people that, you can direct your comments to if you need to. All right, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Borough Manager Annette Dietz as floodplain administrator.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions?
I don't know how these council meetings works, like if I have to speak up on something.
You already missed your chance.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You can address somebody
Well, it has
else.
to do with the flood thing.
Well, you can talk to somebody afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, for the This is the floodplain administrator. Okay, all right, well, can I finish this motion?
We have to. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, all right. All right, so the motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, Chuck, what would you like to know?
Did the DEP put this out for bid yet?
I don't
Because I
know.
met a gentleman the other day that said the DEP put the flood project out for bid, and that Big Karen doesn't have to come up with any funding on our end.
Well,
Gone.
The
guys
DEP certainly hasn't put it out there.
Well, the gentleman I met was on his way to meet my boss, Jim Communell, and Jim
Yeah, and
told me the same thing.
The floodplain administrator really has nothing to do with the flood control.
Okay, so we're on two separate pages?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah, so the Dirty Camp project is a DEP sponsored project. So
Yes.
it's their design, they came up with the funding, there's a local share of project costs that have nothing to do with the flood, because as you imagine, when we put this big culvert running down Wall
Yeah.
Street, there's gonna be a lot of things we need to move that really have nothing to do with the flood. So anyhow, there is a local cost with that. However, the DEP is still waiting on a couple of the easements, which has been the big delay, and that's kind of been status quo for the last several years, waiting for easements. But those easements haven't been executed yet, so I'm not quite sure who you're talking to,
Well,
but
call Jim tomorrow, because this guy that left me was going to see Jim, and Jim seconded what he was saying, so
okay.
it was something that he told me that council probably doesn't know about this, but they're supposed to put out the bid this year.
Well, I think we're putting that down, Chuck. You said there will be no cost to the borough.
Well,
We're writing that down.
I forget the name of the second-hand party that was gonna give the money, but you have to ask him.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Texted him while this meeting.
Yeah,
All right, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Borough Manager Annette Dietz as zoning officer.
Second?
Motion's been made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, on to streets, Mr. Kevin Dick.
Public Works has constructed and the collapsed stormwater channel falls between Taylor and Wall and the stormwater pipe on Robinson. Jim Comino will be troubleshooting the collapsed Wall Avenue East sanitary server in order to obtain quotes as soon as possible. The main stormwater drain from Center Avenue carrying all the water from 5th and Center has separated halfway down the hill. Public Works will attempt to repair this affordably. That's all I got.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. All right, on to Parks and Rec, Ms. Deborah Freeman.
Everything's good, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Finance and Economic Development, Lisa Petrosky.
I don't have anything. I did want to make a quick mention, though. I know there's not a lot of people here tonight, but if you've seen recently in the news, there's been a lot of talk about the Allegheny County Democratic Committee and things that happened as far as the endorsement. I'm not going to go into details, but I just want to say that we do have 7 representatives in Pitcairn, that if you have any questions regarding anything like that, please see one of them. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. All right. Deputy Mr. Jim Wilbur.
Sure, absolutely. Dream come true. Could I hear a motion to appoint Fire Marshal? That's not.
Could be.
Fix that. That's Fire Marshal Alvin Hussey as residential occupancy inspector to be compensated $25 for each inspection.
Second that. Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. And also, I would like to make a motion to advertise an ordinance entering into an agreement with other members of the Turtle Creek Valley COG to establish a joint Board of Appeals as required by the IPMC. And we have that in our packet, in case you all looked at it or want to look at it. It's right there.
I'll second.
There you go.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Can someone explain that a little bit better, what that means?
I could if you want.
Yes,
You want to
please,
try?
John, sure.
The borough does all their inspections under the International Property Maintenance Code. So when we do a inspection and we cite someone for whatever's in that code, whether it's high grass or dilapidated buildings, and we take them to the magistrate, they have to have a right to appeal. So they have to appeal to someone. We don't have a board that they can appeal to that's understanding of the IPMC. The Turtle Creek Valley COG has that board already made up. So if somebody wanted to appeal our decision, they can appeal it to Turtle Creek Valley COG. Otherwise, at this point, we have no place they can go. So we had to have an appeal board to use, and it's the Turtle Creek Valley COG, because that's where we were citing all of our property maintenance things under. It's the IPMC. Did I explain it?
Beautifully.
Thanks,
Thank
John.
you, John.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
Okay, on to electric
That's what I did.
cameo for Ally.
That's what I did. That's what I used to do.
And a joint
joint operation with Verizon, the electric department employees. It changed 16 services to the townhouses on Eleanor and Agatha and 2 poles on Crookston Alley, adding a transformer to better accommodate the load. They have shipped 10 transformers that needed reconditioned, and 6 new ones were purchased. Jim Comino will oversee and upgrade the software system. And that would be it.
Okay, thank you. All right, public safety, Mr. Boba.
I have nothing further.
All right. Borough engineer report?
I've already talked about a few things. Carbon Power Vico is currently doing designs for both Center Avenue and Hillside. The only other thing I wasn't sure if we wanted to talk about now is Taylor Street. I think you talked about that. Can we bring it up now? Okay, so just to bring everyone up to speed. So there's a bridge on Taylor Street that, due to the width of the bridge, falls under the jurisdiction of PennDOT doing inspections. So where it differs is, like on 3rd Street and Agatha Street and Eleanor Street, we had bridges that needed repairs, but the span of the bridge wasn't so that it fell under this program. The Taylor Street Bridge is big enough that it falls under PennDOT jurisdiction. So several years ago, PennDOT came to us and said, hey, you need to make this repair, this repair, this repair, this repair, which we didn't dispute at all. However, the problem was, when we do the Dirty Camp Run project, the whole Taylor Street Bridge is getting wiped out, okay? So we made the appeal to them, if we can get load off of this bridge, which we did with all the horses, if anyone ever wonders why it's closed off, so there's no live loads on there, it doesn't make sense in our mind, this is our argument, Pitcairn collectively said, it doesn't make sense to spend all this money replacing the Taylor Street Bridge if it's going to be replaced when Dirty Camp comes. There's a win for us. This has gone all the way back to 2015, okay? As the years go on and Dirty Camp hasn't come, okay, obviously this bridge has deteriorated even further. And those are the types of letters we're getting right now. I think, my personal opinion, is we try to still make that case that the Dirty Camp Run is coming through. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Me and Jim Comuel went down to underneath the bridge to take a look at what they were talking about. We think Jim could do some of the repairs we need to, but I think the most prudent thing to do, my recommendation to the council, is to have those guys come out and meet us. Ask them exactly what they want us to do in order to buy a couple more years until Dirty Camp comes through, and then make a determination whether Jim can make those repairs.
What was the price you were looking at to replace it?
Well, it depends on what we do, but the latest letter, it was somewhere in the range of, they want us to do at least $30,000 worth of temporary repairs.
And would them,
I think
would them cement barriers come off then, or?
No.
See, that's the thing I don't really care for. You know, people live with that, and that's such an eyesore. You can't, I think one people can't even use their garage.
Right.
Right.
And it's been, I think it's been since 2015 that they haven't been able to use that garage.
So even if Jim does repairs, you think they're still not gonna be able to take the,
I would think not, but that's certainly something I can go over with. If you guys authorize me to contact the PennDOT officials to come out, take a look at it, and go over the project and see what they have to do, that's certainly something I can maybe put one cost estimate together to say, hey, here's the temporary repairs to get them to lift that priority letter, and then here's the additional repairs we would need to open up the bridge.
I don't think anybody's
No,
gonna say
I think we should, yeah.
Okay.
I think go ahead and set that up.
I do think it would help out if we had a member of council there when we meet with them.
Okay, yeah, let us know the date.
Okay,
Sounds good. Thanks, Ron.
no problem.
Okay, if there's nothing else, I would, before we adjourn, I would just like to thank John again. This is his last week with us, but I know he'll be back and involved and doing things, because he'll miss us. But I would just like to say thanks again, John. We really, I know he did. I just appreciate everything that you've done as a resident, on council, and as our code officer, so thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
And then again, wishing Mr. Dick a happy 39th birthday. And may we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make
Motion.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Good night.
Heavy traffic, everybody.
Oh, oh, right.